You should be running tests on absolutely everything that you do. If you're not testing it, you're already failing. A failed test is never really a failure. It's just a learning experience.
I'm joined by Mayor Reif, fintech and AI entrepreneur, CEO of Prosperity AI. Mayor, thanks so much for being here with me.
Thank you, Tracy. Good morning.
As CEO and Chief Marketing Officer, it is my opinion you are the kind of CEO of the future. I think that marketing and sales and driving revenue through your experience and focus on how you can grow strategically and organically is going to be really a huge competitive edge.
So first of all, I appreciate your perspective on me being the CEO of the future. I tend to agree with you because I think that there's been over the years a heavy emphasis on either, technology or product when companies are starting to build, but really it's distribution networks that you need to learn how to build before you ever write a single line of code. So before we ever started writing code, which was back in sometime in late February, I had started the company almost 6 months prior to that. And all I did for those 6 months was validating the idea by speaking to many, many hundreds of people to hear their challenges around money and what we needed to think about. And secondly, I was already working on partnerships for distribution. I thought about the right co-founders to bring into the company, to basically shore up my weaknesses and get people involved who can really help us with that distribution strategy. So product is awesome. Products can always be fixed. Technology infrastructure could always be fixed, but distribution channels, that's kind of like the secret sauce that so many startups just don't figure out early on in their life cycle.
What kind of distribution channels are essential in today's world?
Partnerships is one. Finding partners where you can offer an added value service to what it is that they currently offer, and they already have the customer base. Things like SEO, it takes many years to build your traffic, your top of funnel traffic from organic search. And as a startup, you can't afford to wait that amount of time because then you're 3, 4, 5 years out of launching your company and you have absolutely no users. So it's really about creators and influencers who have the audiences that you're looking to target. It's the right kind of audience that you want to target and building those relationships early on so that you have the right distribution networks to get out to market.
I hear a lot of companies when they're finally ready to spend a little money on marketing. And the first thing they say is, I need someone in SEO. And that makes me sad because when you're spending the small budget that you have, let's go out there and reach out to people and create things. So, and I'm thrilled to hear you talk about partnerships and creators and influencers. How's that been for you?
One more caveat to what you just said, just so your audience knows, I'm not a hater of SEO or paid traffic. I built an agency that ran for 16 years, which was one of the top performance marketing agencies. And, specifically we focused on SEO and paid search, and we service Fortune 500 customers. So I'm coming from that world, and the world has changed significantly in terms of what can actually work.
Mm.
I also have another major concern, which is traffic is starting to be diverted away from traditional search, right? Search volume has gone down dramatically. I know that the people are going to yell at me when they hear this opinion, but that's just the reality of what's happening. And people are driving more and more of their search and their discovery towards things like ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude or other such solutions. And I think there is a tectonic shift in the market, and we have to address that and deal with the reality of where things are actually going. I'm a very hands-on person. So I actually built a marketing automation that did the discovery and outreach to the top creators. I had the specific characteristics of what I was looking for in terms of people I wanted to partner with. We sent out emails to the top creators. Just to give you an idea of success rate, we sent about close to 500 emails, 485 to be exact, to the top creators out there in the personal finance space. Out of the top 20 in terms of overall followers, we made contact with 15 of them. On this email that we actually sent out, we had 40% open rates. We had 14% click-through rates And we've already closed multiple deals with creators that have, if one has several million followers.
What are the not to do's in email marketing outreach that you need to avoid in order to get that 40% open rate?
I think it's about writing the right subject line that gets people to click through. And we did hyper personalization on it. So because we did hyper personalization and we did it at scale, right? So we built a system which would hyper personalize it, but at scale. So every person felt like the email was sent only to them.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons we got such phenomenal open rates. We also have some unfair advantages. I think, first of all, my background of where I'm coming from, these creators all know what Seeking Alpha is. One of my co-founders is also a recently retired NFL player with a background and a degree in finance. So being able to drop that into the email obviously got some level of interest. But when I say building distribution channels, not just finding the right partners for, of people who can promote you in some way, but it's also finding the right co-founders who can add a lot of value, but also have that star power and the capabilities to be able to add a lot of value to your business for distribution.
Mhm. And your results have already been incredible with over 1,000 customers within just 1 month of launching and no marketing spend on that front. What do you attribute this growth to?
I think that the success is we built something that just resonates with people. Prosperity AI is building the future of personal finance. Really simple as that. We've built this amazing technology that ingests information from your financial life and your financial institutions. We make sense of it, and then we help you create financial goals to be able to achieve. And there's nowhere else that they can get it. There are one or two other products right now in the market that have recently come out,
Right.
but we've built something really unique, a really great user experience, and we just give them the opportunity to do something they've never been able to do in the past. And I think that's what speaks volumes to our product strategy and also our understanding of the market.
Did I hear you wrong, or did you say freemium?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Can you tell us about freemium?
Freemium's really easy. We want people to experience the product so they can sign up and they can start using it immediately. And shameless plug, you just go to getprosperity.ai and you can sign up, and then you can connect two of your financial institutions to the platform free forever. Then once you want to connect your third account, that's where a paywall goes up. We've actually kept our pricing fairly low,
Mhm.
or I should say incredibly low, almost laughably low, as we tell people what it costs. And the reason that we kept it so affordable is we want everybody to be able to use it. Price should not be the benchmark of whether you're going to go ahead and decide to use a financial management platform or not. We want it to be accessible to everybody, and we want everybody to be able to live a happy and successful financial life.
What are some of the major turning points that led you to where you are today?
I've been doing startups for a while. Prior to starting Prosperity AI, I was the chief marketing officer at a company called Seeking Alpha, which is the world's largest platform for equity research and analysis. So I come from the fintech world. I've been working and advising fintech companies for a very long time. When I talk to customers, when I hear the customer pain, seeing where there's an opportunity to build a new product that really solves people's daily challenges. And that actually came out from a conversation with my daughter, who's 22 years old. And she came to me and she said, I'm earning money. I have no idea what to do with it. They didn't teach us anything about finance in high school. We didn't learn anything about finance growing up. How do I actually manage this money that I'm making to either invest it or save it? There was absolutely no information out there that was, good quality for her to be able to make decisions about it. So I decided it was time to build Prosperity AI. And I would say it's a similar type of response I was getting from Seeking Alpha users when I would talk to them about not knowing the best places to invest their money or the best way to invest their money. And these were, one would think, more sophisticated investors. And even they were looking to be told what to do rather than having the answers of how to do things in the proper way.
And as AI continues to impact the B2C landscape, what trends are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about more products coming out that allow me to be able to test and try and find the right ones for my
Mhm.
business. I test multiple new products every single day. And I think that the difference between leadership in, 2025, or let's say July 2025, and where things were a year or two ago is you have absolutely no excuse anymore not to be completely hands-on. And I think that having access to these tools will make many more of us real marketers, because it's the creative side. If you don't know how to use it right, then these tools are pretty much worthless. Right. So I think it's just really exciting to see all the new products coming out on a regular basis. But I'd like to see things that are deeper tech and not just wrappers on whatever LLMs exist out there.
Mm. And in terms of using products, using the platforms correctly, right? Using best practices. Can you speak to just the value of testing? That's something I wish I saw more companies doing or more entrepreneurs doing as they're trying out platforms.
Test everything. Yeah. So first of all, you should be running tests on absolutely everything that you do. If you're not testing it, you're already failing. A failed test is never really a failure. It's just a learning experience. Not running the test is actually the true fail. And many companies are not willing to go out there, be vulnerable, mess up. Executives are scared of getting things wrong, or just not getting it right, at least the first time around. And I don't believe that, I don't believe that that's the right methodology, because you'll actually find those golden nuggets and the failures that you put out there. And sometimes things will just work extraordinarily well because you just tried it.
Right.
So when people are scared to release things, when people are scared to try new
Yeah.
things, I actually see that as a failure. And I would not actually hire a team member who's too cautious or too conservative, because I want people to test responsibly, right? I want their thesis to still be a strong thesis around the testing, but they still need to test everything, because they have no idea what the right or the best channel or the best subject line in an email is going to be. So test multiple different subject lines and see what works. And when things don't work, you'll see the results pretty quickly and just know how to adjust and deal with that reality. And then you can just improve upon things for the next test that you run. But the rule is test absolutely everything.
Ah, excellent. This is the soundbite that needs to travel far and wide to founders.
Yeah. And listen, just speaking about failures, we send follow-up emails to some of the people who we were not able to engage with. And we sent two more emails after the first round of emails where we saw that they looked at them. Our unsubscribe rate was higher than the first emails we sent out, or the first two emails we sent out. The next two were complete and abject failures. We got zero responses in terms of people wanting to set up meetings. And I know exactly why, because I looked at the data. I looked at the interaction with the email, and I thought it was a strong email, but clearly I was very, very wrong, because our response rates were so horrible.
Mm.
But again, that's okay, because now I know the next email I'm going to write is going to most likely resonate with them, because I know what didn't work in those last two emails that we sent.
Right. 100%. I think you just have like incredible insight. And is there just anything to other founders or leaders of startups just when approaching their initial marketing efforts?
The first thing is, if you don't have a marketing background, talk and get advice from people who do, right? Hear what's worked for them. Don't be afraid to reach out and pick somebody's brain. That doesn't mean your whole audience should all of a sudden start messaging me on LinkedIn asking for, 15-minute coffee, because we all know how that's going to go. But the goal is get to the right people who can help you out. So if you don't have the marketing background, then find a co-founder who really understands distribution channels, or find an advisor who really understands distribution channels. Do not drag your feet, because I've had companies who come to me and say, we want help. And, I was happy to help them a little bit. And then they keep dragging on with more and more questions, but, nothing in return. And it's a matter of just knowing how to tap into it. And those companies that have moved slowly and haven't gotten the right advice or spoken to the right people are always the ones who end up lagging in terms of growth and in terms of proper marketing. So just know how to tap into the right people. And secondly, just test absolutely every single platform until you learn how to use it to perfection, so that become that marketing leader that you need to become if you're part of a startup team.